everybody. Welcome back to tkanddrinks. We got another honest mead review coming at you today. I'm your host TK, aspiring BJCP mead judge and all-around mead advocate and connoisseur. Well, I don't know if I really call myself a connoisseur. I'd like to think so, but here we are at another, again, honest mead review coming at you. So every week or so, every couple weeks, twice a week sometimes. It depends on how froggy I'm feeling, how the pocketbook is looking. I give you a review of a mead that I went down and either purchased from the store down the road or I buy online from Meadery, who is courteous enough to ship to Arizona, here where I am at. Today we are perpetuating, it's a big word, perpetuating the off-the-shelf series. Went down again to my local store, picked up a bottle of the Black Agnes. Black Agnes. Randolph successfully defended the Scottish castle of Dunbar from a 5-month siege by William Montagu, the Earl of Salisbury. Black Agnes and her maids reportedly taunted Montagu during the siege. He withdrew June 10, 1338, and later wrote, "She kept astir in tower and trench, that brawling, boisterous Scottish wench. Came I early, came I late, I found Agnes at the gate." Black Agnes is our kind of girl, Ken Schramm says. So, it's a black currant mead. And as you can see, this used to be a clearish bottle. It might be a green bottle. It might just be stained from the berries. But we're going to find out together here. So let me, alright, ready to go. Get our slow pour going on. Ooh, smells very sweet right off the get-go. I don't know if that's indicative of how sweet it's going to be, but let's find out. See what it looks like. So as you can see, the difference there between the dark and the empty. So that's a fairly opaque mead that is probably going to rock our world. First, our appearance, again, super dark. I mean, like the darkest of dark reds that you could get. Borderline purple on there at the parts where I can see through. So like a dark maroon or a even like a really like midnight fuchsia or something like that. If I could like pick like black cherry is another good one, like a really dense black cherry Kool-Aid, everything that would ever want to be. I need to get better at swirling my glass. Maybe I have overfilled it there. Maybe I just can't swirl because I have no coordination. There we go. I guess that's a good one to go. What we got for legs here? Starting to form there around the outside. Doing decent. I don't know if you can see any of those legs that are forming on there, but definitely got some little bit of legs to it. So it's probably going to have a lot of perceived sweetness at least, and a lot of, guessing a lot of residual sugars left over in there. So you do get some dark fruit characteristics in it, dark red fruit, some like dark cherries, or in this case black currant. So that very deep, earthy type of character, almost like wet, earthy, not like dirty soil, but just like wet, freshly rained on earth. Just this like deep presence to it, almost a little bit smoky. Also got some tartness I'm picking up from the berries in there. All right, so let's get our wine aroma wheel. See what we're smelling. Like I said, I got deep berries we got in there, definitely picking up that black currant smell. That's that earthy, wet, red cherry type of smell that's what I identify it as. That's how I remember that. There was something else we were picking up. See, woody, no. Earthy, yes. Earthy. Mushrooms or dusty, moldy cork, no. I wouldn't say it's anything like that. Like I said, it reminds me more like freshly rained in forest, or freshly rained in like berry patch or something like that. Like the berries carried through the freshness of the rain, of the storms that came through or something like that. Not like unpleasant, like pungent and moldy or anything like that. Floral, not really floral or anything like that. Certainly not spicy or citrusy. Definitely, again, tree fruit, cherry, which I know is a stone fruit, but it has that same dark red type of earthy what I would call earthy to it. Dried fruit, yeah, there you go, dried fruit, strawberry jam. I would say, yeah, almost a processed jam. Like it's got that kind of, I know jam's not fermented, but it gives you off a certain type of aroma. It's got that pectin in there, and it's got all the preservatives and stuff. It changes the strawberry character, and this definitely has that changed character for the black currant. But man, it is still very wonderful and pleasant on the nose. Get us some sweetness. Get the honey character, mixes very pleasantly within the whole thing. It's very bright. For being so dark, it carries a lot of bright fruit notes too. Like I said, you get those dark, earthy notes as well, but it's definitely also got that brightness from the tart berry and the sweetness from the honey. So let's give it a quick taste. Oh, no carbonation, not really any bubbles or anything when you give it a swirl or anything like that. Hey, there we go. Now I don't look like a clown. Yeah, so no bubbles in there, no carbonation, nothing like that. Let's give it a quick sip. So that's definitely a sweet mead. Oh my goodness. Got some tartness there at the end, but it's like a good puckering. It counteracts that intense sweetness rush up front. Loads you up really heavy on the sweetness, like a jam or something like that, or like nice fruit preserves, and then that fades away quickly. It has like a nice, you get the honey there in the middle of the palate, nice sweetness, just as kind of like a nice wildflower, bright floral honey, and then fades away into the tart and tangy, slightly astringent there as well. Gets you salivating and whatnot going on. But I like it. That's a very well played and put together mead. Of course, the cats at Schramm's know what the hell they're doing. If this is like their 10th, 11th, or 12th batch or something like that, they obviously got their shit dialed in. Those same characters that come through in the nose, those brightnesses, come through in the flavor. That is everything that you would ever want it to be. Man, if this was a medicinal thing, if it's a better shot at the legs there, you might be able to see them. But if this is like a medicinal thing back in the day, man, I would hope to have it. Yeah, I need my medicine. Go get Grandpa's cough medicine or his whatever medicine. Let's get to that scorecard. All right, back with the scorecard. We're looking at a 43 out of 50. Like I said, I'm still getting my scorecards dialed in and everything, but I'm really digging this one. I like it a lot. 8 out of 10 on the bouquet and aroma. Bright tart berry type of notes in there, blend well with the honey sweetness that comes through. It's a very floral type of honey. I imagine that's a wildflower honey, just very bright, pleasant aroma coming up right off the bat on the nose. You do get some of that fermented berry aroma in there as well, and some of that honey mixes in with that. Again, some earthy red berry type of black currant. I really like it. It's how I identify as that earthy, freshly rained on, as you've heard me say a couple times now, but it's just what keeps triggering is just that wonderful aroma. Mild alcohol type of aroma in the finish, maybe just a hint in there. Appearance, brilliant clarity from when you can see through it. Very deep purple, like I said, like an electric deep midnight magenta, something like that. Very few bubbles remain after the pour, but there are some that stick around the outside of the glass beyond 9 seconds. I mean, there's still some sitting in there right now, and they're just chilling. I think it's just a sign of a lot of that residual sugar that's left over. Very strong legs, indicating again how much sugar that might be left in there, and that it's probably going to have a pretty full body to it. It's been my personal experience. And when we go on to flavor, so that's a 6 out of 6 there. Flavor, very tart, strong berry presence up front, gives away to that mild honey sweetness there in the middle, balancing against the berry. Tastes very pleasant right there. Fades away to the tart, tangy, natural berry tartness that you would get and find out in nature. And that the honey just kind of swirls around there at the end, and a little bit of astringency gets you puckering, get you salivating. So I give that a 21 out of 24 there. Medium to full body. It definitely has a memorable mouthfeel to it. It lingers around your tongue. It hangs around for a little while, and that tanginess sticks around for a good long while. But it's not unpleasant. It's just like you just got done eating a lot of berries and you got a lot of berry juice left over on your tongue. Again, no carbonation really to taste or anything like that. Super acidic on that start for me. Super tart. I believe it's from the acidity is what I'm perceiving there. So it give it, like I said, give it a shot. Let me know what you think there off the beginning. But all in all, 8 out of 10 on my overall impression. Again, for excellent berry flavor and honey expressions. Personally would like to see a little less tartness on the front, but it works as it is, all dialed in just as they intended it to do. So, number 76, Schramm's Black Agnes, in the books. You know, as I sit here and ponder back on the scorecard and everything, I wonder if I don't give their bottles a little too high of a rating sometimes, just based on my initial shock of how delicious they are. Not that they don't deserve a high rating, because they certainly do. The flavor profile on them is phenomenal, but I feel like they might be like one-trick ponies, you know? They're all just very good at the one thing that they do, being the very mellow that they are. You know, you don't ever get anything like wild or extravagant out of them. Well, I certainly stand by my notion of get a bottle and try it and let me know what you think, because it is a solid flavor profile. I don't wonder if there's conversation to be had about you know, complexity being, you know, it's one of those things that, like, it's ingenious in its simplicity, but I think there's room for you know, there's always room for something a little kooky or crazy or a little more next level. Everything, stick to one thing and do it really well. But like I said, I think I've even said it in past other Schramm's videos about their stuff. You know, it seems like a really safe bet in a world full of extravagant, wild, and crazy shit that's going on there. Amazing, excellent flavor profile. Technically, almost flawless. I'm sure. I can't detect anything. I'm sure that there's people out there better than me that can't either, or you know, on a very minor scale. But all in all, like I said, there's a lot of debate to be had there. So thank you all for being here on tkanddrinks today. Keep tuned in for all those Mead reviews and interviews and homebrew talks and chats and videos and live videos and all that stuff we're doing. And we got some more interesting and wild content coming on board. So be on the lookout for all that. Some crazy exclusive stuff too. So be on the lookout for all that. Thank you all for being here today. Have a great day, good evening, good night.